Hi guys, welcome to Learn Electronics Repair. I thought I'd make a video about corrosion on electronics. This is an old graphics card, but the problem could be anywhere, to be quite honest. I haven't had a lot of joy cleaning up this sort of corrosion with vinegar, for example. The last time I tried it, I actually dissolved some of the pins in an AGP slot. So if we look at this, you can see it's quite messy. Just get a focus on it. There you go. You can see this is really quite messy. A lot of corrosion around on it, especially on these memory chips. Okay, and elsewhere around here as well. You can see the mess we have. So I thought we could try, and I don't know how this is going to work out, by the way. I really don't know. We could try cleaning it up basically using FLUX, because that's what FLUX is for, yeah? So I thought I'd go around these chips, you can see the mess they're in, and try drag soldering with FLUX and this soldering iron, a nice chunky tip, and see how clean they come up, okay? These ones at the end, for example, that one is pretty good actually. This one not so bad, but you can see on the side, this one is much worse, okay? These two in particular. So that's what we're faced with, and that's what we're going to try and sort out. And we'll also have a look down in this area as well. You can see the mess we have down here. And down there. Okay. The connector on the end of this thing as well. You can see it, okay? I'm just going to try this to see if it actually works. I mean, you never know with these things, but I'd be surprised if it does work. So we'll attach that on there. We'll put it on an old Pentium 2. That's what it came from, but this is a good working board. We've tried it before on one of the corroded videos. And let's see if it works. And then if it does, well, if it doesn't, makes no difference. Let's try and clean this all up. Okay, so there we have our graphics card. I've connected this speaker, power supply. We'll just switch this on. Let's see what it does. Well, the fan's spinning or trying. Yeah, and that bleep saying no graphics card. So we know it can't see the graphics card. The edge connector itself, that's pretty good. I don't think that's the cause of the problem. Okay, I think it's much more likely it's all this corrosion. Okay, let's get on with it. If it works afterwards, that's a bonus, but if it looks good afterwards, well, that's a result, yeah? Let's go. So which flux should we use? Well, this is the one I normally use. This is NC559 ASM. This is probably a copy of it. It comes from AliExpress, but it works very well. Another one I have is this. This is probably the strongest flux I have. This is a hard flux, but I can probably get enough of it on there with the chunky soldering iron tip, so we can try that. But we'll try the 559 first. Let's see what this does. I'll start with this chip here, I think. So I'll add some flux. And that will zoom down for you guys, okay? See it well. We have plenty of flux. I want to get plenty on. I don't think you can put too much on for this sort of work, to be honest. So plenty of flux on there. Flux is definitely not overrated. It's dead left set, by the way. So we have that. Normal leaded solder, 0.6mm. We use this one mechanic. So that's what we're going to use. And we'll use a BC3 tip on the T12 set at 380. I think first I'll try and warm this up with the hot air a little bit, because the flux activates when it gets warm, and that might actually help. I mean, I don't know. As I say, this is an experiment. I've not actually tried this before. So I'll put the graphics card onto a metal tray. Just zoom into the maximum. We'll warm it up. Not enough to melt the solder, I just want to get this flux to kind of flow under and activate. Let's see if this does anything. In fact, actually, you know, guys, as this is an experiment, how about me doing this all around this chip, not using the soldering iron, and see whether the flux actually cleans this corrosion off by itself. Okay, again, plenty of it. A little bit stiff getting it out of this tube. In fact, I'll actually just take the needle off so I can get a lot of it on here. Okay. There. All around it. Okay, that's a good amount of flux on there now. Right. Let's see what happens. I mean, I've literally flooded this with flux, as you can see. Just take a stiff brush and just rub that around. Actually, it's just taking me a minute or two to find a stiff brush, so I guess that's just soaking in the meantime. I have it. I'll warm it again. Okay. Right. I'll just let it cool down a little moment or three, and then let's clean that with some ISO and see what the result is. Right. Let's give it a couple of minutes, cool down. What have we got? Well, guys, that looks pretty good, actually. I'm a bit surprised. I don't think it's perfectly good, but I think it's certainly better. Yeah, that's interesting. Let's look at that under the microscope. Okay, so that is pretty good. Let's get a bit more light on it. I think there's still flux down in between there, on this side in particular, but yeah, that's certainly made a difference to that. Let's try again just on this patch. So we have 4 components. They're not fitted, but we can see how tarnished the pads are. Let's try the same on that, the same technique. So I'll add a good amount of flux. I may end up taking the end off this again, actually. Yeah, let's just put a good blob of flux on this. Let's not mess about. There we go. We'll heat it up and then scrub it with the coarse brush. Okay, let it warm. I'll try to leave it on the pads for a little while in case I can soak on there for a little bit. Maybe give it a couple of minutes. Okay, so that's sort of like not solidified, but it's formed like a film. I'll warm it again. We'll scrub at it for a little bit. Okay. You can see the corrosion is still there. Let's try. Okay, and then we'll just wash it off with some ISO again. Once again, it looks fairly good. It hasn't removed that corrosion though. But let's look again under the microscope. And you can see, guys, this time it didn't remove the corrosion. Okay. We'll try with the stronger flux, and we'll also have a go at this chip as well, the next one. Let's see if we can do anything with that. You can see how it is at the moment. Okay. Getting the other flux on might be harder, but I think I have a bit of a plan on how to do it. So this is a hard flux, it's solid, okay? To get to this, we need to melt it with a soldering iron. I'm going to try that and then effectively, while it's molten, kind of like pour it on or rub it on with the iron. Another trick with this is to kind of like shave pieces off and dissolve them in isopropyl. So that's another thing we can try, but first of all, let's see if we can just get some onto here. So to do this, I have the soldering iron set at 380 centigrade. I'm going to kind of melt some of this flux, and yeah, you can see I'm just effectively rubbing it onto the board. Okay, I'll get onto here where the corrosion is as well, so I have plenty of it there. Let's have a go at this other chip as well. So we'll just get the stuff on. It's a little bit smoky, this. You might just want to put a fan or something to blow the fumes away from you. I actually quite like the smell of it, but there you go, that's just me, yeah. Okay, so we've got some of that on there. This will solidify quite quickly, as you can see. So I'll let that solidify on there, then we'll reheat it with the hot air, and we'll try again with the stiff brush. I may have to dip the stiff brush into some isopropyl to help this to flow, we can see. Okay, so again, I'll give that a couple of minutes and then let's see what it's done. Okay, let's give it a go. So we'll warm it up. Yeah, it's melting just fine. And I can actually work it a little bit. Okay. I can work this around a little bit now. I'll add a little bit of ISO to this. It's all clogged up in my brush. Here we go. A nice mixture of flux and ISO now. Pour some on. Try and get it out of my brush, it's all kind of clogged up in it. Okay. I think it's actually the heat of it has melted part of my brush. I'll have to get another one of these. I didn't realise it was so warm when I did that. Still very sticky. A lot of ISO now. Let's see how that came out. Well, again, it didn't remove the corrosion from those pads. But this chip is looking a lot better now than it did before. Okay. I still have flux in between it, but I mean, we could get that out. I can see some flux still on it. Okay, I'll give it another clean. But it seems to me, and interested to know what you guys think, that the flux has done a good job on its own of this. But we will try the other method of drag soldering as well. Okay, so here's the results of another cleaning. Yeah, that definitely looks much better than when we started. These are the ones that we haven't done yet, but these were fairly clean to start off with. Okay, that's just a shadow from the capacitor there. And the same, I think, on this side. Yeah, they're just shadows. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Let's try drag soldering to see if that improves any more. This one was probably the most corroded, so we'll try on this one. This is far easier for me to do with the optical microscope. Picture isn't quite so good for you guys, but it helps me a lot. I have stereo vision. I'm going to use this liquid flux. I think that hard flux was a bit harsh in the way it made it so difficult to do because it was solidifying so quickly. Again, I'm just going to take the end off this and just put some on. I want to get quite a bit down this side. Okay. Soldering iron at the same temperature, 380. I'm going to use the BC3 tip. I do have a BC2M that somebody mentioned, a hoof type tip, but I'm very used to working with this one, so you have to put just a little bit of solder on. And now I'm just going to drag the soldering iron up and down the legs of the chip like so, yeah. I'll even in fact go like that a little bit. That might not have been a good idea. It might cause solder bridges. Not tried this before, as I say, this is all kind of new. Okay, but you can see that we're just dragging that up and down. We'll go again on these pads as well. Just touch more solder. A bit of flux. Doesn't seem to be doing much to those, I must admit. Okay, but I think the chip has come out a lot cleaner. I'm not sure if I have any solder bridges or not. I think I probably don't have. Let's go around the other sides as well and see how well this comes out. A bit tough to get down there. I think I need a new end on this tube, to be honest. I'll change the needle when I change the tube. It's mostly empty now. I think I have more than enough on here, so I'm just going to take some of this and put it around this side, okay? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Let's go again, same technique. Very small amount of solder into the flux and up and down we go. This time I'll just go across the bottom. I won't go up onto the legs like I did before. Okay, looking fairly promising. Okay. Okay. I'll just actually do that. I like the look of it. I have a solder bridge there, you can see. Just clean the solder off the tip. I'm sorry if a lot of that was out of the shot for you guys. I have a much wider field of view than you have on the camera. Hopefully you saw some of it. I'll clean this up now and let's see how well this came out. Okay guys, I've cleaned this up. This obviously I have sacrificed it for this experiment. If anybody knows where to get these from, I'm pretty sure it came from AliExpress and possibly came with like a mobile phone repair kit. I thought at one time I might get into that sort of work, but never did. But I think that's where this came from. Anybody knows where to get, you know, these or a pack of these from, I'd be very appreciative. Otherwise, I'll just have to have a look around. It was a very good brush, but not so much now, yeah. That's the way it goes. Let's have a look at this, but it's looking fairly promising. And there we have it, guys. So that really is clean, but again, these pads, it didn't help. Okay. That is clean. I don't see any solder bridges down here. No, so I have one at the end there. You can see it. I can soon deal with that. Probably while I have it under the microscope. Let's just see if we can do this without even using a braid, just by effectively just warming it with the soldering iron with no solder on. Okay, let's have a look. Otherwise, it's going back under the optical microscope. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, that looks good compared to the other one. You can see it starts to tarnish on it and some corrosion down in there. Okay. Yeah. These were not so bad anyway. I think I'll actually go around all of these now. I will go around the Trident chip as well. Just the same methods I've just been using. And let's see where we end up then. The other place I was concerned about is down here. I think with this I'll just get some liquid flux down there and just heat it up and use a scrubbing brush. I can't get the soldering iron down there easily at all. And these pads, I'm just going to try adding some fresh solder to them. Let's see how well that works. Okay, so a bit of flux. I mean, these don't matter. It's just really for the experiment, you know. I mean, we know that there's nothing connected here, but let's see. A bit of flux on there. Okay. A bit of fresh solder. Those I think will be a lot better. Now we could do the same with these SMD components, but I do suggest you hold them with tweezers. Don't do what I just did. You're likely to push them off the board. Yeah, this area down here, let's get liquid flux down there. We'll use heat, but not enough, hopefully, so we're going to melt these connectors. I mean, I could take this pinhead off. I've got them, but let's just try liquid flux down there and a bit of heat and scrubbing. And the other chips, I'll just go around using the same technique you've seen me use on this one, but I won't make you watch it all again. I've tried cleaning the nozzle off the liquid flux with the thing I clean my desoldering gun with, yeah, but I've certainly got it down in there now. It was quite stiff. This should help getting flux down there. Okay. Yeah, much better now. Should have done that before. Okay. Plenty of it. Can't we put too much? Right. I'll warm it from a distance, so I don't want to melt the plastic, but I'm pretty sure I can get the flux to liquefy. Yeah, you can see it there. I'll get a little bit more down the other side, won't do any harm. Okay, so that we can just let it percolate a little while. Okay, and the other chips I'll just go around and reflow them basically. Well guys, here are the results. So down here is much better now. There is still some corrosion on there, but I think I've got the corrosion out from between these resistor packs. The resistor packs all go to this connector, which I guess is some sort of add-on, so it may not actually cause a problem down there. I think if I really wanted to clean it, I'd have to take this pin header off and clean it out, and then probably fit a new one of these actually, so it'll probably get damaged when I remove it. The RAM chips, well, you can see these are the first two, so I clean these up. This one, there's no solder bridges in there that I can see. Okay, that looks good. I didn't clean this one so much, it is pretty much in the original state. That one was pretty good anyway. This one has been cleaned, so that's okay. You can see I use the same technique around here, so again, this is looking pretty good. I have just spotted the solder bridge there, so let's deal with it. Probably this will come out with just a bit of attention from the soldering. I don't need anything else, just warm it, it'll probably just unsolder. If not, a little bit of braid would do it, but you see I've actually got it there. Okay, yeah, there's a solder bridge there maybe. Yeah, I have a few solder bridges, so I'll just go around this a little bit and tidy it up. The connectors are corroded, so I will try cleaning these with a razor. Basically, that's probably the best thing to use on that, and then let's give this a go. Okay guys, so we have it. Let's see if this works now. I have no idea what was originally wrong with this, so you know, who knows. Plus the connector on the end is not very good at all, may not even make a connection to the VGA, but let's see. If the computer even detects the graphics card, we'll know from the bleep without giving a picture. I think that would be a result, but yeah, we can have a look. If this doesn't work, I'm not going to class this as a failure really, because we can definitely see that this method does clean the corrosion from these chips, that's for sure. But it would be nice if we had some icing on the cake. Let's see what it does. Well, the fan is jammed, but I knew about that. Ah, one bleep. And the blue light's on the monitor. But I have a messed up picture. Okay, but yeah, that's definitely got us somewhere. There's obviously some other problem with this, but I think we can class that as a result, to be quite honest. Yeah, hope you guys would class, yeah, maybe not the total result, but pretty good one. So yeah, there you go guys. Using FLUX will clean corrosion off things like graphics cards. If this was something valuable, then I would be now looking to see if I can find out what the problem is. Maybe a RAM chip by the looks of it, something like that. But comments below guys, what do you think? I look forward to seeing you all soon on another Learning Electronics Repair video. Ciao for now guys.